Valley Conference foes that don't play each other during the regular season will get together this afternoon.
Yeah, it's very interesting. They don't play each other. They haven't played since the breakup of the East Penn Conference a couple years ago. And it's interesting because they haven't been, when you see teams all year in and out, and different teams that you play, you look at game films, they haven't been able to do that. So it's been a little bit different for them, and they're really anxious to get going here this afternoon.
The two coaches in today's game for Easton, it is Steve Schiffert, and for Emmaus, Joe Baudelaire. We talked to them before the game, and Jim, really, these two teams run first for the most part, but Easton may have a couple tricks up their sleeve today.
Oh, exactly. There wouldn't be a game with Steve Schiffert involved where there wasn't some tricks up his sleeve, as we've seen all year. You're right, both teams love to run the ball. They have great running attacks on both sides of the ball. Coach Baudelaire really happy for his kids. Emmaus, first time in the district playoffs in a long, long time. It's a great experience for them. Coach Schiffert's been here before last year during the same position, repeated as champions of the Lehigh Valley Conference with an undefeated record. So both coaches are very happy to be here.
And the man to watch for the Green Hornets this afternoon is number 22, Jamie Germani, the tailback for Emmaus. Over 1,500 yards this season, the career rushing leader for this school, a special running back, Jim.
Oh, he is. He's a workhorse. Over 293 carries of the ball. He had 47 carries last week alone, so he gets the bulk of the work for Coach Baudelaire's offense. He can make a great move and then into the secondary. A lot of speed, can really get it done for you.
On the other side of the football, another experienced running back wearing number 5 in red today for the Red Rovers. It's Ovid Goldborn, a really, really good workhorse running back for the Red Rovers.
Exactly. Has over 900 yards this year, 14 touchdowns. What happens with him is he can do both, though. Where Germani isn't as really a bruising back, Goldborn can take you inside, take a hit, and get the couple yards you need for the first down, as well as if he gets by you, you're going to be looking at a track meet and a race to the end zone.
Well, these two teams wanted to get together last night. Mother Nature did not cooperate with all the rain in the area, but the field is going to be in good shape, and it's a beautiful afternoon for football. We'll step aside and come back with the opening kickoff as Emmaus takes on Easton next on 2 Sports.
Think about the conditions people have to drive in, how they're not always perfect. Then you build the 2005 Volvos with electronically controlled all-wheel drive for confidence on any road.
When you need a prescription filled, who do you turn to? Walters Pharmacy. Walters Pharmacy compounds prescriptions and takes filling prescriptions as their #1 priority. At Walters, you'll save time. Trust Walters Pharmacy for convenience with free, fast delivery in the city of Allentown. You can visit walterspharmacy.net and email the pharmacists with questions. Since 1937, Walters Pharmacy, making life easier through genuine care.
Allentown Business School means absolute success with degrees in medical, technology, business, design, and legal studies. You get the right skills from specialized training that can put you on the road to success in as little as 18 months.
ABS gives the students what they need to succeed.
I would definitely recommend it to anybody that wants to get a career and get on their feet and get into the work world.
Not too many people can get up every morning and say to themselves, you know what, I'm only 23 and I have a career.
Call ABS today and discover absolute success tomorrow.
The house is packed here at Gottingham Stadium. The band is rocking, and we're set for Emmaus and Easton in the first round of the District 11 Quad A playoffs. Kyle Berger alongside Jim Wills, and as we get set for the opening kickoff, Emmaus getting ready to take the field. And Jim, we talked about it a bit in our open, but with Emmaus, for the most part, what you see is what you get. And with Easton, you can't exactly be sure of what's going to be coming your way.
Exactly. You're going to see Germani, obviously with Emmaus, because that's what their running attack and offense is really built around. With Easton, you could see anything from a double reverse that you saw a couple weeks ago against Liberty in the opening play of the game to any kind of screen passes, tight ends being involved a lot, any kind of offensive strategy. So it makes for a great game.
Emmaus coming in, they're 9-1 on the season. Their lone loss to Bethlehem Catholic, a team that Easton beat earlier this year. The Red Rovers undefeated at 9-0 on the season. They have beaten 2 teams who are currently in the postseason. The Liberty Hurricanes up here in the District 11 playoffs as well, and down in District 1, the Central Bucks West Bucks, a team that gave Easton a close one in the first week of the season. Jamie Germani, the tailback for Emmaus, who we featured in our open, 1,505 yards this season, 14 touchdowns, has school records with 3,437 career yards, and the 1,500 yards this season is also a school mark. Ovid Goldborn, the running back for Easton, needs 29 yards to get 1,000 for the season, and there is Germani getting some last-minute well wishes before he gets set to play what is obviously the most important game of his career and the most important game in the career of the rest of his teammates, because, Jim, this is the first time that Emmaus has made the postseason, so this is uncharted waters for them.
It is exactly. Now you see the Red Rovers, part of the very familiar scene in the District 11 playoffs. They're taking the field right now, led by Ovid Goldburn and the rest of the Red Rovers. A very important game for them once again. You can see that Goldburn, as we said, almost 1,000 yards on the year, will probably get over that mark today. And the fact that he scored 14 touchdowns, been an absolute workhorse in the backfield, but can give you a lot of different looks. He can go to split end, he can go all over the field, you know, and that's what's really important for Coach Schiffert's offensive attack.
One of the important things for Easton this afternoon, Jim, they got Zach Pizarro back at fullback. That was a question mark coming into tonight's game.
Well, you're looking at two different backs last week that gained over 300 yards against the Bethlehem Catholic team that was right there, you know, at 5-5 on the season, but had a pretty good defense coming in. And that last game, that game last week was 4 an undefeated season in the regular season for the Rovers, and both of those guys combined for over 300 yards last week, which is amazing because, you know, when you see the amount of things that Goldburn could do, Pizarro with 141 yards on his own last week did a lot on his, to really emphasize that the running game is big with Easton.
Quarterback for Easton, Bernard Kuhn, he's 45 out of 93 for 746 yards and 5 touchdowns this season against 4 interceptions. First-year starter for the Red Rovers, but you know what? The way you have these running backs like Pizarro and Goldburn, you don't necessarily need to be a Dan Marino back there under center for Easton.
Exactly. What he's done is exactly what Coach Schiffert asked him to do all year, play within himself. When they needed to pass, they got the good pass out of Bernard Kuhn. He's gotten better week after week, and that's the thing that I think that Coach Schiffert is really pleased with. At the beginning of the year, a little bit of a live arm, you know, kind of throwing the ball all over the place week after week, and last week he did a great job. He had 4 out of 5 last week in completion, so, you know, he's really gotten to be a great player for Coach Schiffert.
There's a look at our head official for this afternoon's game, Denny Rarig. The rest of the guys, Mike Eberwein, Mike Engelstein, John Mitchell, Mike Egg, Glenn Gallant, and Steve Gerkovich. Those are your officials this afternoon here from Cottingham Stadium. And boy, we have some great weather. Yeah, it's a little bit on the chilly side, but given what the weather was last night, we're in good shape. And this field, remarkably, Jim, is in half-decent shape as well. It's not too soggy out there.
No, we're on the field before the game, talking to Coach Schiffert. He said last night both sidelines were covered with water, a little bit of water on the north end of the field, so it's better that they played this afternoon. Tonight, you know, tonight would have been a little bit colder, he said, so he wanted to get this game in the afternoon. Perfect day with the sun out here and the wind blowing. And, that's going to be what's going to really set the conditions.
Let's go down to the coin toss.
Back to the scoreboard. Face him right there. White right here. White will receive. Red will defend the scoreboard. Shake hands. Have a good game, fellas.
The opening kickoff, they'll be going left to right across your screen, and we'll have a chance to see the Green Hornets offense led by Jamie Germani come out first. Emmaus will be going against the wind. A pretty stiff breeze here in Easton this afternoon. It will be blowing across your screen from right to left. And the kicking game always seems to be put under a microscope when you get into playoff time, and nothing affects the kicking game much more than the wind. Our game sponsor this afternoon, Allentown Mazda Volvo and Brown Dobb Volvo. We thank them for their sponsorship of high school football here on 2 Sports. Kyle Berger and Jim Wills with you, along with our outstanding 2 Sports crew from Cottingham Stadium, getting set for the opening kickoff between Easton and Emmaus. Last-minute instructions being given by Joe Battleleri to his team, and Steve Schiffert over on the near sideline talking to his Red Rovers, trying to get them fired up for this playoff game. Jim, how much does the experience factor play into today's game? Easton got all the way to the Eastern Finals last year.
Oh, I think it plays an awful lot here. The home field advantage, being in Cottingham Stadium, the experience of being in the big games the last couple of years for these guys on the Red Rover team is a huge plus in their favor.
Jonathan Boyer, the kicker for Easton. He'll tee up the football. And down to our left, Tyler Hirsch and Mark Kalo await the return. Kalo on the left, and on the right, that's Tyler Hirsch.
Hirsch, one of the most dangerous people on the Emmaus team, leads them in catches this year with 39, so has a lot of speed out at wide receiver spot as well.
And we're underway from Cottingham Stadium, taken by Hirsch. Up the middle he goes, and he will be sent down at the 28-yard line after a nice return. That is where the Emmaus Green Hornets will start their first offensive possession. Ryan Miller makes the tackle on special teams for Easton.
Ryan Miller's done a great job all year for Easton special teams. It seems like every time we've done a game, we've mentioned his name over and over again as making the first initial hit on all punt returns and kickoffs.
Two receivers come out to the near side on 1st and 10. Germani, the deep man, behind Greg Rutkowski, the fullback. Ball at the 28 of Emmaus. Mike Brusco, the quarterback, he'll hand off to Germani, and he picks up close to 4 yards on the first play. Tackle made by Bernard Kuhn. Let's look at the starting lineups for today's game. On offense for the Emmaus Green Hornets, the Apgar Oil starters. Brusco, the quarterback, Germani, Rutkowski are the two running backs. Hirsch, Morrissey, Truscott, the tight ends and receivers. The tackles, Hensinger and Rice, the guards, Shankweiler and Kowalski, and Jacob Smith centering up the offensive line. Timeout taken on the field by the officials. An equipment problem with one of the defensive linemen for the Easton Red Rovers. We'll quickly look at the starting defense, brought to you by Apgar Oil. Up front, Danko, Suzo, Anderson, and Myers for Easton. The linebackers, they're all good. Kresge, Pizarro, and Hartzell. The defensive backs, Price, Holly, Goldorn, and Kuhn. A lot of two-way players for Easton, but they can get it done on both sides of the football. After a 4-yard run on the first play from scrimmage by Jamie Germani, it will be 2nd down and 6 upcoming for Emmaus. The player, Michael Anderson, his helmet was being a problem, so he's off the field now. They bring in a reserve to play the defensive line. Open eye formation with Brusco under center. Play action, looking deep. He's going to throw it, and it is caught by Hirsch at the 44-yard line. So a 1st down for Emmaus as they go into the wind throwing the football.
Well, good job by Tyler Hirsch here, and good job by Brusco. You see him go back there, got the 4-step, 5-step drop there, and he goes back and just lets it go. He got great protection from the offensive line. Hirsch averaging about 17 yards per catch on the year. As we said, 39 catches total, so he's a great target for Mike Brusco.
1st down and 10, Emmaus moving the ball after that pickup of close to 10 yards. Two receivers to the left and a wing to the left as well. Germani is the single setback. Easton, a 4-3 defense. They bring a 5th man up to the line. Jailbreak screen to the left side, caught by Hirsch. He's across midfield, and he's upended at the 49-yard line by Zach Pizarro. That play picks up close to 7 yards. 2nd down and 3 upcoming for Emmaus.
Well, talking to Coach Baudelaire before the game, he said they have to play near perfect football, and they've been playing very good so far in this drive. Good job of blocking. They get everybody suckered in, throw that screen to the left side. Hirsch once again gets some good yardage for the Emmaus Green Hornets.
Yeah, that offensive line for Emmaus getting downfield to make some key blocks on that 7-yard pickup. 2nd and 3. Ball at the 49 of Easton as Emmaus is in Red Rover territory. Calling the signals at the line, Mike Brusco gets motion from Hirsch to the near side, back to pass. Rolls right, completes to Hirsch, his 3rd catch already, and he's going to have the 1st down on the near sideline down to the 41-yard line where he's tackled by Dominique Price. 1st and 10 Emmaus.
Well, Mike Brusco, he's 70 for 332 for 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 1,100 yards on the year. This is a key today for Emmaus, for him to get confidence in the opening drive here as it once again hits number 3 there, Tyler Hirsch. But the key is for him to get confidence, and he's gotten that here in the first couple of throws he's had. Great protection from that offensive line.
1st down and 10 from the Easton 41-yard line. Germani and Rutkowski in the backfield. Germani right side. Gets a block. He's out to the 35 and cracked down at the 34-yard line Jared Holly, the freshman, makes the stop. Gain of close to 8 yards, and it's 2nd down and 2.
Well, what you see with Germani is he's 5'10", 184. He stays low to the ground, good center of gravity there. Whenever he gets tripped up a little bit, usually gets a couple extra yards because he has great balance.
Spot the ball at the 34-yard line. Maybe a chance to throw the ball downfield here on 2nd and short. Briscoe gets his formation changed. A wing to the right, now he comes in motion. That is Morrissey. Handoff Germani. Up the middle, puts his hand down at the 30, and he's able to get a couple more yards down to the 28. That'll pick up a 1st down, and Emmaus moves the sticks for the 3rd time in this drive.
What you're going to see this time is Germani starts to go to the left side, but then sees that the hole's clogged up, goes to the left side to get that extra yardage. As you see, once again, an example of his great balance.
That's some of that stuff you can't teach a running back. It's just instinct. And
Great
that's
vision.
why Germani's over 1,500 yards this season. Alex Hirsch splits all the way to the far side. Tyler Hirsch's older brother on the near side. Tyler comes in motion. Back to pass. Pressure coming, and is he going to get it away? No. Drop for a loss by Zach Pizarro. That almost loses 15 yards on that sack, and Emmaus going backwards.
Well, Pizarro leads the team with 56 tackles on the year. No chance for Brusco, to go back there and get that ball off because Pizarro was flying in from that middle linebacker position, grabs a hold of him and just puts him down.
Looked like Germani might have missed picking up that blitz in the backfield. So they take it back all the way to the 42-yard line of Easton. So it will be 2nd down and about 24 yards.
Good call in the defense there by Mr. Powell, the defensive coordinator of the Red Rovers.
Probable passing situation here. Instead, it's a draw play. Germani cuts up at the 35, gets some of the lost yardage back to the 34. Brought down after a short gain by Todd Kresge, and make it now 3rd down and about 16.
Very big call here for Emmaus. You're going to see the draw. Once again, Germani getting the football. Good job by the left side of the offensive line, opening up a nice hole there for get some yardage out of it.
Is this 4-down territory for Emmaus into the wind here, Jim?
Well, I would think so. In this case, I mean, especially in a game this caliber.
Slot to the left is Germani. Further out is Hirsch. Now Tyler Hirsch in motion. They get 3 receivers over to the left side of the formation. 3-step drop. It's going to be a quarterback draw. And out to the 30-yard line goes Brusco. 4th down and 12 after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Jared Holly.
Well, they went to that quarterback keeper that time. A little bit of a quarterback draw. You're going to see him go back a couple steps, and then you're going to see number 34 comes in there, Ryan Hartzell, to initially trip him up, and then gives time for the rest of the Rovers to get there and put the clamps on him.
Already at the halfway point of the 1st quarter, Emmaus chewing up some clock here on their opening drive. Easton's offense has not touched the football yet. 4th down and 12, and Emmaus going for it into the wind here. Crowd makes some noise for the Red Rover defense. Deep drop, Brusco. Jailbreak screen, and Hirsch is drilled immediately and dropped by Ryan Hartzell. They went to the well maybe one too many times with that play, and it's a turnover on downs. Red Rovers football.
Well, that time Todd Kresge along with number 34 there, Ryan Hartzell, did a great job of double teaming. We're not fooled at all by the screen. You're going to see as he comes out of the backfield, and both players are there right on the spot. We're not fooled whatsoever. Great initial hit by Hartzell.
No chance whatsoever. 1st down and 10 for the Red Rovers. Pizarro in front of Goldborn in the backfield. The quarterback, Bernard Kuhn. Kuhn fakes, rolling right. He's going to tuck it, calls for a block, and he picks up about 8 yards before he's sent backwards out of bounds by Derek DeBellis, the strong safety. 2nd and short coming up for the Red Rovers on the 8-yard run by Kuhn. Let's look at the starting offense for the Red Rovers, brought to you by Apgar Oil. Kuhn, the quarterback. Goldborn, Holly, Pizarro, they'll all carry the ball today. Danko and Souza, the tight ends. The tackles, Cuenco and Myers. The guards, Kresge and Albani, and John Navone, the center, on the Red Rovers offensive line. 2nd and 2. Rovers looking to get it across the 40 for a 1st down. Pitch. Goldborn. stretched out, and depending on where they spot it, he'll have the first down. Looks like he might be a couple inches short after he was stopped by Robert Kester. Let's meet the Emmaus starters on defense, brought to you by Apgar Oil. Kozak, Rice, Hansinger, and the tower, the defensive linemen. The linebackers, Martinetti, Morrissey, and Rakowski. The defensive backs, Kester, Hirsch, Brusco, and DeBellis. Well, on the spot, they put him right at the 40-yard stripe, so it's a first down and 10 for the Red Rovers. 4-3 defense for Emmaus. Motion to the far side from the freshman Holly. He is dangerous. Fake the pitch, instead a handoff up the middle to Goldborn. 5-yard gain to the 45-yard line. 2nd and 5 for Easton after the tackle made by Martinetti.
This is what we talked about in the beginning, that they have such a great surge in that offensive line, and that Goldborn can give you power up the middle as well as that speed to the outside. It takes a big hit on the inside, but gets some good yardage for the Red Rovers.
That was Mike Brusco, the quarterback, who doubles as the free safety, coming in to clean up that hit. 2nd and 5, motion. Dominique Price to the far side. Draw play. Up the middle. And it's going to be close to a first down. We apologize. We've lost our video feed for a moment. So we will give you the description the best we can. First down and 10 after that gain for the Red Rovers. Ball is at the 47-yard line into Emmaus territory for the first time this afternoon.
Well, this is quintessential Easton football. They're going to pound you, pound you, pound you, hit you with a pass when you're least expecting it. Typical Steve Shifford coached offensive series here early in the first quarter.
Clock ticks down, under 4 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. No score. Goldburn up the middle he goes to the 40, down inside the 39, and a 9-yard gain just like that for Ovid Goldburn. As he's approaching that 1,000-yard mark on the season, Mike Brusco makes the stop in the secondary.
Well, Goldburn had 159 yards on 23 carries last week against a good Becca High defense, and it just shows you that, you know, he had a couple games where he was off a little bit, didn't need to be used as much as Steve Schiffer likes to use him, but then he came back last week with a vengeance, with both him and Pizarro going over that 300-yard mark together.
Ovid Goldborn needs 5 yards to reach 1,000 for the season. 2nd down and 1 from the Emmaus 39-yard line. It's Goldborn with the pitch. Check that, Pizarro, and he gets the ball all the way down to the 21. He's ruled down after he fumbled the football. And that play picks up almost 20 yards, and it's a 1st and 10 for Easton.
Well, that's the thing that Easton has an advantage over a lot of other teams with. Goldburn threw a great block there that time, and that's exactly why you said his name, because it looked like he had the ball. He was out there so quickly. Goldburn in front of Pizarro so quickly, gives him a great block, lets Pizarro get that hole and get the big yardage.
The Red Rovers driving. Ball at the 21 of Emmaus. Backs in the I formation. Goldborn behind Pizarro. Tight end to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Handoff goes to Pizarro, the fullback. Simple trap play up the middle, and he moves the pile all the way down, close to the 5-yard line. How about that run for Zach Pizarro?
Well, that is so typical of him. He does that all the time, every game. You know, he thought he was going to be tackled, and he gets himself another 6 yards.
1st down and goal for the Rovers. Ball at the 6-yard line. 2.5 to go in the opening quarter, no score. To the right side goes the receiver, Dominique Price. Backs are split behind the quarterback, Kuhn. Kuhn, pitch, right side, Goldborn inside the 5, down to the 2. 2nd and goal after Brusco makes the stop.
On the carry.
Good job by the right side of that offensive line once again. You're going to see where he does a great job on that right side. Gets that pitch play. Classic Easton football.
Well, we've got our picture back. I'd like to thank you for sticking with us as we had some problems at 2nd down and goal for the Easton. Scoreboard first in this afternoon's game. A little confusion in the backfield. Quarterback sneak. And Kuhn is in for the touchdown. Easton strikes first on the 2-yard quarterback sneak from their quarterback, Bernard Kuhn. That caps off what could best be described as a methodical drive from the Easton Red Rovers. 5 yards here, 8 yards there. And right down the field they win. Boyer on for the extra point. And his kick is up. And it is good. 7-0. The Red Rovers lead with 1:37 remaining in the first quarter.
That's a 25th straight extra points for John Boyer.
Jim will step aside here and come back with more football right after this on 2 Sports.
Winning takes more than the athlete, more than the coaches, more than the pain and sweat from grueling training.
It takes more to orchestrate the win.
It takes a dedicated team. Bethlehem Sporting Goods and Russell Athletic are that dedicated team. Suit up with Bethlehem Sporting Goods and Russell Athletic. Bethlehem Sporting Goods, your Russell Athletic team headquarters.
Back here at Cottingham Stadium, the Red Rovers leading 7-0 after the touchdown run by Bernard Kuhn, the quarterback, on the 2-yard sneak. And because of the wind, Jonathan Boyer is going to need a little help on this kickoff, as he'll have one of his teammates hold down the football. A spiral kick angling toward the sideline, and this will go out of bounds. So good starting field position for Emmaus as they'll try to answer the bell here after Easton just took it right down their throats, Jim.
Oh, they did. They did exactly what they wanted to do. Ball control, running both sides of the line, doing a little job with good blocking in the backfield. Obviously, both guys blocking for each other. Goulburn and Pizarro doing an excellent job of sharing the ball handling.
Put the ball at the 35-yard line. First down and 10 for Emmaus. A touchdown drive, 70 yards in just 9 plays, and it took up 4 minutes of clock time. Emmaus was driving down the field before a big sack from Zach Pizarro made it 2nd and long. The Green Hornets could not recover. And here we go with their second offensive possession of the game. Backs shift into the eye. And it's Germani. Hit right after he breaks through the line of scrimmage, and his running back opponent, Ovid Goulburn, playing on defense now, sends him backwards after a 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8.
It looked a little bit like Ovid Goulburn was getting ready for Monday's wrestling practice there, the way he was picking up Germani. Wanted to pick him up and body slam him there at the end, but a good job by Ovid on the tackle.
Beautiful day here at Cottingham Stadium in Easton. As we said in the open, an absolute 180 from what it was yesterday with all that rain. The cold has remained, but the sun is shining brightly. 2nd and 8. Rutkowski is in front of Germani in the backfield. Now he shifts into a sort of wishbone formation. And it's Germani again, hit in the backfield. He'll go down for a loss. Garrett Orr, the junior defensive tackle, makes the stop.
Well, Doug Powell has made some defensive changes here in this second drive, and you're going to see that very quick penetration by Garrett Orr there, the defensive lineman, a junior at 6 foot 205. You can see him get in there very quickly, wrap up Germani.
1-yard loss, 3rd down and 9. Final 10 seconds of the first quarter. Emmaus will, I believe, be forced to run one last play here. No, they won't. That's it. The quarter's over. Emmaus can't get the playoff in time. So 12 minutes are in the books, and the Easton Red Rovers, with a very long touchdown drive, take a 7-0 lead. That's where we stand after 1 quarter. We'll take a quick break here on 2 Sports. When we come back, second quarter action from Cottingham Stadium right after this.
Winning takes more than the athlete, more than the coaches, more than the pain and sweat from grueling training.
It takes more to orchestrate the win.
It takes a dedicated team. Bethlehem Sporting Goods and Russell Athletic are that dedicated team. Suit up with Bethlehem Sporting Goods and Russell Athletic. Bethlehem Sporting Goods, your Russell Athletic team headquarters.
Easton 7, Emmaus 0 after 12 minutes. We get set for the start quarter, and it will begin with a 3rd down and 9 for the Green Hornets, and Jamie Germani. Has not been easy going for Germani on the ground in this game. Certainly the Red Rovers defense will be keying on him throughout the afternoon. Germani now is a slot receiver to the near side. In motion to the left of the formation comes Tyler Hirsch. Pass for Brusco, fade pattern near side, and it's overthrown for Hirsch, incomplete. Would have been short of the first down anyway. Coverage provided by Jared Holly. Fourth down, and Emmaus will be punting with the wind behind them.
Well, you saw once again great pressure from Zach Pizarro coming in there. That's what made that pass happen quicker than it needed to be, and that's what you're going to see now as the Green Hornets have to punt the football.
Mike Brusco doubles as the punter, so he will remain. Back deep, the freshman Jared Holly will be returning. Good snap. And Brusco gets away a very nice punt. Holly will watch it bounce a couple of times, and it takes an Emmaus bounce down to the 21-yard line. Good punt there of about 47 yards, and it will be 1st and 10 for Easton.
And smart punt coverage down there for a change. Mike and I talk every week about how punt returns and the punt teams this year have really done not a good job of getting away from the football. And that time, good job by Holly and the rest of Easton to get clear of that football.
No turnovers yet in the game. This is just the 4th series of plays being run as Easton out there for the 2nd time on offense today. Kuhn with a handoff to the fullback Pizarro. 1-yard gain, that's it. Swallowing him up there, Kyle Kozak with a couple of his friends, and it's 2nd down and 9. A great 1-2 punch in the Easton backfield with Ovid Goldborn and Zach Pizarro. They split behind Kuhn with 2 receivers to the left. Option to the far side. They pitch to Pizarro. Tries to fight off a tackle, but once again, Kozak is in there, and that's going to be close to a 4-yard loss.
Kozak does a nice job. He's 6'3", almost 200 pounds there to get himself outside very quickly. You're going to see Kuhn going down the left side of the line with the left-handed pitch. Pizarro gets that ball, but Kozak right there on the spot does a nice job of taking Pizarro down.
Well, that is the key to defending the option, that defensive end, and Kozak with a textbook defensive play there. 3rd and 14 for Easton. They need to get outside the 31-yard line to move the chains. Goldborn shifts into the backfield. Kuhn will pitch to Goldborn. Has a wall of blockers, tries to turn the corner, and he's upended at the 21-yard line after he hurdled a tackler. Rutkowski plants him there. 4th down, and Easton 3 and out. They'll punt.
Well, not a very good offensive scheme that time for, I should say execution of their scheme for the Rovers that time. Coach Schiffer not real happy with that, I'm sure. Wanted to establish more of a ground game there and grind some time off here this 2nd quarter.
You had a look at John Boyer on to punt into the wind from left to right. Tyler Hirsch awaiting this low line drive punt, and it will bounce toward the far sideline, out right past the midfield stripe, and out at the 49-yard line of Emmaus. So good field position for the Green Hornets here, trailing by a touchdown. A 2-yard run by Bernard Kuhn, Easton's quarterback, the only scoring in this opening round playoff game.
Well, it's going to be very important here for Emmaus to establish something offensively, get some points on the board here to gain some confidence in this game. They can't afford to have another 3 and out here. They need, with 9:40 left to go here in the 2nd period, to establish something, whether it be a touchdown or a field goal. They need to get some points on the board to get some, mentally some ability to get themselves in the ball game.
1st down and 10 from the 48-yard line. Germani into Easton territory. He's out to the 48-yard line. About a 4-yard gain. Did the ball pop loose there? I think Emmaus got it back. So 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6.
It looks
after
like
Germani just dropped it at the end there, I guess.
Tyler Hirsch, I think, recovered that ball. Yes, you can see that Tyler Hirsch gets that himself that football back for the Green Hornets.
That ball was clearly out before Germani was down.
This is quite an emotional return here for Coach Baudelaire, an Easton High School product. Coached at Lafayette, coached at Lehigh, so he's been around the Lehigh Valley an awful long time. It's a very, very emotional time to come back into Cottingham Stadium on the other side of the fence.
Draw, and in the backfield, nowhere. Germani loses all that he gained on first down on this second down play, and it will be third down and close to 10 for Emmaus.
Good job by Pizarro and Holly getting themselves in there. A lot has been said, Kevin, about the fact that Easton is not as big as a lot of teams they played this year, not as big as they were last year, but you're going to see on that play alone, they get down so low. They're like wrestlers that they can get in people's legs very quickly, and they were in the backfield before Germani had a chance to get moving.
I like those wrestling references, Jim. Good stuff. 8 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the first half. And Emmaus trying to convert on 3rd and long. Brusco calls out the signals. Blitz coming from Easton. Here come the Rovers. There's the jailbreak screen to Hirsch. And he breaks free across midfield, but will be short of the first down by about 3 yards. 6-yard gain to the 44. 4th and short. And Emmaus might think about going for it again here.
Well, they gave him all kinds of heat that time. Great offensive call on the part of Emmaus to get that screen out to Hirsch, because they were blitzing from every different angle there, and the pressure was coming very, very quickly inside, and Hirsch gets a nice gain out of it.
Well, Emmaus will punt. Brusco back in punt formation, and the freshman Holly stands at about his 12-yard line. High snap, but he gets the punt away. Another good one, angling toward the far sideline from the 11. It's Holly. Oh, he got knocked down by his own man right at the 11-yard line. He ran right into Dominique Price. And if he was trying to cut back to this near side, Jim, looked like he had a wall of blockers.
Exactly. And we've seen him do that a couple times this year. One of the times he almost went into the end zone in the one game we did. He has no fear when he's back there. Usually catches every one of them. Very rarely calls a fair catch. And that time ended up running into Price, and that cut off the whole operation.
Well, Emmaus is certainly winning the field position battle here in the second quarter. It hasn't resulted in any points yet. They still trail by 7. First down and 10 from the Easton 11-yard line. Fake the pitch, hand it off instead to Goldborn. Out to the 14, just shy of the 15-yard line. Stopped there by Brennan Lindenmuth. And it's second down and 6. That run should put Goldborn over 1,000 yards for the season. So we now have 2 1,000-yard tailbacks in this game, one for each team. Ovid Goldborn for Easton and Jamie Germani from Emmaus. Second and 6, pitch, and it's Pizarro. Reads his block, stays on his feet, and he is close to a first down, appears to be about a yard short at the 20-yard line. 3rd and 1 for Easton.
Once again, good pursuit by Kyle Kozak that time to get over there, and also good blocking out of the backfield. It's very rare in high school football that you see guys blocking for each other as well as you see happen here today.
Crowd getting behind the Red Rovers here on their home field, trying to convert and not go 3 and out for the second consecutive time. Probably short enough to sneak it. Instead, it's a handoff. And he'll have the first down. A short 2-yard gain, but he only needed about a half a yard. And that one will go to Pizarro. It's 1st and 10 for Easton.
Once again, good job by the left side of that offensive line. You're going to see some people in there, you know, Kresge, Navone, all those guys that are in there do a good job of just opening up holes. Scott Bird, the offensive line coach, does an outstanding job. He develops great lines, whether they're big kids, small kids. Done a great job this year as well.
Tight formation, inside reverse fake. Now they're going to throw it. And it's dropped by Goldborn at the 26. You can hear that collective sigh from the crowd, because that was going to be a big gain if Goldborn hauls it in.
Well, they caught Emmaus in double coverage of the other receiver, and Goldborn was wide open out in the flat. That's why you heard some of those moans, because of the fact he was so open, and they saw that they could have turned into a big game for the Red Rovers.
5.5 minutes remaining in the first half. 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 22-yard line of the Rovers. 2 tight ends and a wing to the right. Reverse. That's the freshman with the football. Holly gets a block from his quarterback, Kuhn, and he'll drag the pile out to the 29-yard line.
Coach Schiffer
7-yard gain.
Really opening up the playbook here, giving you a lot of different looks here now in the last 2 plays. Similar to the reverse that they ran against Liberty a couple weeks ago and scored on a pass that Holly threw. Holly, only a freshman, a tremendous athlete, as we've talked about the past couple weeks when we've done the Easton games. Can do almost anything. Plays great defense, great special teams, as you saw before, and can just run and throw the ball from any position.
Don't see many freshmen playing varsity football up here in District 11, but Holly is a special player for the Red Rovers. 3rd down, quick drop, and the pass is knocked down by who else? Kyle Kozak, who is at a ball game so far in the first half. 4th down, and Easton will punt.
And Kozak's only a sophomore, so it's very, very good things are looking down the road for Coach Badaleri. He talked to him before the game. He talked about his freshman team only had 1 loss. His middle school team was very, very good with 1 loss as well. So things are looking great. And then when you see people like Kozak, the sophomore, coming through, you get a little bit more of a smile on your face.
4th down and 3, and a good snap. Punt is away. Spiral from Boyer. Will take an Easton bounce and out of bounds. No return possible for Tyler Hirsch. And the ball out at the 44 of Emmaus. 1st down and 10 for the Green Hornets, still trailing 7-0. Wind at their backs here, and we haven't seen a lot of downfield passing in this game. Would this be a good time to possibly open it up a bit, Jim?
Well, it could be. You know, they have that big offensive line. You see some big guys up there. Kowalski at 230, Smith at 267, Rice at 270. So they got some big guys up front that can really protect, and that's the key to get that protection against those blitzes that Easton comes with a lot.
The 2 Hirsch brothers at the bottom of your screen. Alex closest to you, Tyler in the slot. It's a handoff to Germani, and he gets good yardage out to the 50-yard line. 6-yard gain, and it will be 2nd down and a long 3 for Emmaus.
Well, that's what Germani does for you. He is the workhorse. We talked about that a couple times already today. How many times? 293 carries coming into today's ball game. He's going to carry the ball an awful lot of times, takes a big beating inside. We talked about his size. He's only 5'10", 184, but really uses his size very well.
Already has 9 carries in the ball game. Here's number 10. Waits for his blockers to clear a lane, then he falls out to the 44-yard line, so that will be a 1st and 10. Bernard Kuhn makes the stop. Germani for 6 and a 1st down.
Well, this is what Emmaus was hoping to do, that their offensive line would be able to open up some holes for Germani. Like you just talked about, the size advantage is very, very noticeable. You know, you're looking at Easton, they're very rarely, as Coach Schiffer has said himself, have a guy that's over 200 pounds on that line. So it's been a big mismatch up front, and this is what they're trying to use in this drive.
1st and 10 from the Easton 44-yard line. They go back to Germani again, this time a sweep, and he's shouldered out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A short 2-yard gain, tackle made by Jared Holly. 2nd down and 7. Clock still running here. Emmaus has done a good job of controlling the clock in this game.
But Coach Badaleri trying to get some of those big guys outside. That time he had the fullback, Greg Witowski, go outside. They give some kind of convoy out there for Germani. Wants to get those big guys out there to block for him.
Chris Bray splits to the near side, and motion is Hirsch. 2nd and 7, it's Hirsch on the inside counter, and that is just sniffed out and canceled by the Easton defense. Leading the charges there, John Suzo, the senior, a 3-yard loss, 3rd down and 10.
You're going to see they come in with a lot of different angles here. They got the whole play covered. Hartzell inside. They're doing a great job of filling those holes. A lot of different looks by Doug Powell. Defensively, he's giving them a lot of blitzes, and those blitzes are really working well.
Passing situation here for the Green Hornets. About a 15-mile-an-hour wind at their backs here. A little bit over 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Rusco 5-step drop, plants, steps, hit as he's thrown, and the pass is tipped and knocked down. It actually hit the back of his offensive lineman, Derek Hensinger. And a punting situation here for Emmaus with 4th and 9.
You're going to see a nice job here as they come in. Number 82, Kevin Danko, coming in from the outside. You're going to see people all over the place in there, and that's the thing that really puts the pressure on him, that ball gets tipped down.
Well, you have a feeling Jared Holly wants to make something happen on this return after he was tackled by his teammate the last time he tried to run one back. Brusco into punt. And he'll kick it down, a high spiral, doesn't turn over. And Holly makes a diving catch at the 20-yard line. No return, right in his face there, Mark Kalo. And a 1st and 10 coming up for Easton with 1:51 to go. Easton has all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
Very quick first half here, Kevin. Only 1:51 left here. A lot of running in the first half, doing basically what they love to do, and that's grind it out on both sides of the football.
1st down and 10. Goulbourne and Pizarro split in the backfield with a wing to the right. Play action pass. Kuhn looking deep, and now he's going to have to tuck it and run. He'll get about 1.5 yards, maybe 2, to the 22-yard line. Run out of bounds by Rutkowski. Looking deep down the field, but the secondary for Emmaus had that play blanketed.
Well, that's a good job, as you see. You know, that's what Kuhn has really done a good job with this year. He fakes to the inside, he rolls right. Now he sees that everybody's covered. Now some inexperienced quarterbacks would try to throw that ball downfield and make a play out of it, but he was smart enough to just hold on that ball and go out of bounds.
2nd and 8, ball at the 22. Goulbourne in motion. They hand it off. Pizarro just drilling Emmaus defenders. And a 9-yard gain for a 1st down.
Well, every week we talk about those yak yards after contact, and there was a prime example. He got hit about 4 times on that play, finally brought down, but Pizarro just doesn't quit. The legs keep driving, and a great job of getting that 1st down there for the Red Rovers.
46 yards for Pizarro on 7 carries. Goulbourne has 36 on 7. Goulbourne in motion again. Kuhn fakes the screen to Goulbourne. Throws deep down the field for Pizarro. It's caught at the 45 in Emmaus territory. Flag comes down for a face mask at the 41. Tack 15 yards onto the end of that play. And it's a 1st down. Kevin Danko, beg your pardon, the tight end on that reception.
Well, Danko went downfield. They were looking for Holly, who was deep downfield, but Emmaus covered that pretty well. And the thing of it is that Kuhn couldn't get his feet set enough to throw that ball deep downfield, but Danko was open underneath, and the tight end does a great job, and he has done an excellent job for them all year. Last week he had a 50-yard TD on a fumble recovery. Just, you know, he leads the team with 5.5 sacks, so offensively he's given them some help here this afternoon as well.
Just a 5-yard face mask, so it's at the 36, a big play for the Red Rovers. They look to pass again, swing it out to Goulbourne. Across the 35 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line. A 5-yard pickup. That'll stop the clock with 1:03 to go in the 1st half. If Easton could get some points on the board here going into the locker room, what a big boost that would be.
Well, now you're seeing them, they're spreading it out. That time they put the screen outside to Goulbourne on the left side. Now they're spreading you out, and then they do that classic thing where they'll come back with that inside trap.
Let's see what they go with here. Goulbourne, motion to the near side. There's the trap. Pizarro up the middle. Look at him go. Out to the 20. Upended there. Great call, Jim. You had it nailed. Tackle made there by Derek DeBellis. 1st and 10 Easton.
Well, nobody spreads the field better than Coach Schiffer. And that time you knew that that trap was going to come sooner or later because they had spread it out to the right, spread it to the left. And now that you get people thinking about the corners, and they go right up the middle.
Easton breaks the huddle quickly. They have 3 timeouts, but the clock running with 50 and counting here in the 1st half. Kuhn, quick drop under pressure, evades 1, pumps, still looking to the end zone. Now he'll tuck it. Throws toward the end zone, and it's intercepted by Emmaus in the end zone by Derek DeBellis. Now that pass was thrown in front of the line of scrimmage, so there is a flag down. question is, can you intercept a pass that's been thrown behind or in front of the line of scrimmage? We'll have to listen in to our official Denny Rarig and figure out what the call will be. Line of scrimmage there was at the 20, and that pass was thrown from about the 19. So that penalty is declined, and it's a first down for Emmaus. A touchback gives them the ball at the 20, so you can intercept a pass that's been thrown in front of the line of scrimmage.
Well, you're going to see Bernard Kuhn here, this time not making a good decision. He's trying to force the issue a little bit. He gets out there, pump fakes about 3 different times. Finally, instead of running out of bounds, he puts it up in the air, and number 33, DeBellis, is there right on the spot. Probably one of the easiest interceptions he's had all year long.
Yeah, that was a good 1.5, 2 yards in front of that line of scrimmage. So, a nice call by the officials. They saw it all the way. Here's Germani with 30 seconds left. He just gets the ball right up the middle. And looks like Emmaus will be content to let the clock run out. So Easton looks like they missed a golden opportunity at the end of this half here, Jim.
They did miss an opportunity, as that was DeBellis' first interception of the year. And the thing of it is, you got to figure out that, at least they could have had a shot at a field goal there. Easton could have.
Yeah, even into the wind, you want to give yourself a chance to score points. And Easton instead turns it over. Well, a 2-yard run by Bernard Kuhn, the only scoring in this game, as Easton takes a 7-0 lead into the locker rooms here in the opening round of the District 11 playoffs. We'll be back with halftime festivities after this on 2 Sports.
Hey, football fans! If you love dealing with a winning team, head to the leader, Kleckner's in Whitehall and Emmaus, featuring GE washers and dryers, GE dishwashers, GE microwaves, GE ranges, GE refrigerators. Plus, Kleckner's features free delivery, backed by their own factory-trained service department. Hurry in for best selection. Make us your last stop and see the savings on new GE appliances at Kleckner's, 2177 MacArthur Road in Whitehall and 575 Chestnut Street in Emmaus.
Let's go get Yakult. You know it's always been the best. Let's go get Yakult for quality that beats the rest. They got cheesesteaks, French fries. The famous Yakult hot dog is known worldwide. Let's go get Yakult. The secret sauce is one of a kind.
Yakult's, an Allentown tradition.
You think about the conditions people have to drive in, how they're not always perfect. Then you build the 2005 Volvos with electronically controlled all-wheel drive. For confidence on any road.
He doesn't report to a management committee. He doesn't report to a marketing department. He reports to Mary Johnson's arthritis, to Sally Wickstrom's upset stomach, and to Greg Porter's poison oak. He's your family prescription center pharmacist. He lives and works right here in town, so that means he reports to you. Call Family Prescription Center today at 866-0709.
Taking the time to care, Family Prescription Center.
Kids, dinner. Remember when life was much simpler? It was easy to know who could be trusted to carpet your home.
Today, the choices are overwhelming. Make it simple. Make it Mohawk Color Center.
Celebrating 125 years of Mohawk commitment to floor covering quality, comfort, and style. Now protect your carpet against pet accidents, spills, and odors. Mohawk's new Forever Fresh, a collection of odor reader carpets, the ultimate in both stain and odor protection. Visit R&J Carpet Connection, 922 North 3rd Street in Whitehall.
Your search is over. Coveted designs from the old world are now within your reach at Lipkin's Furniture in Easton. A whole home collection that includes bedroom, dining room, plus lavish upholstery selections. Intricate design details on every item, plus every piece is available in your choice of 3 old world finishes. The Vintage World Collection now on sale at Lipkin's, 3rd and Ferry Streets in Easton.
They say that nothing lasts forever, but durable, long-lasting Rainer garage doors from ABE Doors and Windows put this cliche to the test. They're made from the highest quality materials and are actually guaranteed to last as long as you own your home. In fact, the only thing as reliable as Rainer is the company who installs it. To find out more about worry-free Rainer garage doors, call the ABE Doors and Windows man in Allentown. Because quality doesn't cost, it pays.
There's your halftime score. Easton 7, Emmaus 0. Kyle Berger and Jim Wills with you. And we'd like to thank our halftime sponsor, Atlanta Metro, up here in the Lehigh Valley. The new express bus to LVIP 4. Take the Silver Line Express to work during the rush hours. Valley Rapid Transit and Atlanta Metro. Easton gets a touchdown on a 2-yard quarterback sneak from Bernard Kuhn. That's been the only scoring. That was a 70-yard touchdown drive for the Red Rovers, going with the wind at their backs in the first quarter. It's been a defensive struggle. Let's look at some of the highlights. First here, Emmaus. Good job of tackling the entire first half, Jim.
Well, they did a great job. Cesar Natale, along with Briscoe, did a good job that time of getting in there on the inside. Then you're going to see here a play where Bernard Kuhn has 3 times, does a fake to throw the football, that ends up with the interception in number 33 in the end zone, Derek DeBellis.
Yeah, that was
that really quelled their chances. They probably could have got a field goal possibly out of that performance there late in the first half.
Easton also brought some defense as well with some good tackling. Bernard Kuhn, yeah, he threw an interception, but he's made a lot of tackles on defense for the Rovers.
The Rovers have done a great job of blitzing here, and you're going to see Germani this time once again make a good run around the end, but some great hits that have been delivered by Pizarro and the rest of those linebackers that have been in there this afternoon.
Germani has been bottled up for the most part today. He has 12 carries for 44 yards. That's it in the first half, and the Red Rovers defense just swarming upon him.
Well, that time you saw people like Todd Kresge. This time again, you're going to see Danko. You're going to see people coming in from the outside, and Pizarro once again from the linebacker position. Their defense has played very, very well here this afternoon.
Offensively, this was Ovid Goldborn catching the swing pass out of the backfield, and he picked up a couple yards. That was toward the end of the half, and then here's that fullback trap play that works wonders for Easton.
Well, once they spread you out, that fullback draw, or fullback, trap works very, very well.
Here's our halftime statistics. Easton the edge in first downs. Not a lot of passing. 32 yards for Emmaus, 31 for the Red Rovers. Big advantage, though, on the ground as Goldborn and Pizarro have both had a good first halves. 112 total, 36 for Goldborn, 57 for Pizarro. And that's the big total yardage advantage as well. That lone turnover of the game probably cost Easton some points with that interception in the end zone, and just a penalty on each team through the first half.
Yeah, it's been a good, clean football game in the first half, as the penalties, you said, were very, very low. We take a look there at the Rover Nation, the famous Rover Nation. They're all out in full force today.
Is there a reason they're not wearing shirts in weather like this?
That's what they do every week, is they get here very early and get themselves seated in the student section. They do an outstanding job. There it is, the TV2 sign. They know we're here, as Rover Nation once again is leading the cheers from the sidelines.
Well, better them than us. That's all I have to say about that. 7-0, the Easton Red Rovers, under that touchdown run from the man you see there, Bernard Kuhn, have that lead after one half. Second half adjustments for Emmaus. I mean, they've been running the ball an awful lot. Can they change it up, or is that just something that the Green Hornets don't do?
I think that they're going to try to do exactly what they did in the first half. I think from their case, they're still in here, and they got a good shot here in the second half.
All right, well, we'll come back with the start of the second half right after this on 2 Sports, with Easton leading 7-0.
Allentown Business School means absolute success with degrees in medical, technology, business, design, and legal studies. You get the right skills from specialized training that can put you on the road to success in as little as 18 months.
I graduated in September. By October, I was already working. 18 months, you're in, you're out, and you're on your way into the workforce.
When I came here and graduated in 18 months, this was probably the best thing that I've ever done.
Call ABS today and discover absolute success tomorrow.
Hey, football fans, if you love dealing with a winning team, head to the leader, Kleckner's in Whitehall and Emmaus, featuring GE washers and dryers, GE dishwashers, GE microwaves, GE ranges, GE refrigerators. Plus, Kleckner's features free delivery, backed by their own factory-trained service department. Hurry in for best selection. Make us your last stop and see the savings on new GE appliances at Kleckner's, 2177 MacArthur Road in Whitehall and 575 Chestnut Street.
Face it, you're addicted to sport. That's why we're on the scene. Hang with me and the two crew weekdays at 6 and 9:30 exclusively on Service Electric Cable and join the sports scene. It's your wild ride through the sports scene in and around the Lehigh Valley. Exciting game highlights, in-depth profiles of coaches, athletes, and personalities making sports news. It's your total sports fix. Lehigh Valley sports scene weekdays on Service Electric 2 Sports, your leader in local sports coverage.
Everything is still the same at ABE Car Care Centers. Cliff Quinn Sr. and Jim Coombe may have retired, but they're still around making sure things are right. Same quality workmanship, same superior service. For brakes, mufflers, tune-ups, and inspections, ABE Car Care Center does it all.
The original is always the best. Cliff Quinn Jr. and his crew are no dumb bunnies. These guys are really good.
New management, but everything is still the same. Car Care Plus, only at ABE Car Care Centers.
Mom thinks she has her next 15 minutes all mapped out. But think again, Mom, because there's always room for one more task and just enough time for Top Star Express. Without missing a beat, Mom finds power bars, water bottles, and other snacks all in one place at Top Star Express. And with over 25 convenient locations, the field is only 5 minutes away. Score one for Mom.
Top Star Express, convenience done right.
We're simply the best. Lehigh Valley Honda is celebrating 20 years of serving the Lehigh Valley with simply the best in sales and service. Choose from over 60 Accords. For example, drive home a 2004 Accord LX sedan nicely equipped for just $18,995. Choose from over 80 Civics with huge savings. For example, drive home a 2004 Civic LX sedan nicely equipped for just $15,295. Come visit Lehigh Valley Honda on the Lehigh Street Auto Mile and see why we're simply the best.
The Red Rovers to receive the opening kickoff in the second half. They lead it 7-0 on a touchdown run by Bernard Kuhn that capped a 70-yard drive. We'd like to thank our sponsors for their support of high school football on 2 Sports, ABE Doors and Windows, Allentown Business School, Apgar Oil, Kleckner & Sons Appliances, Kraus Dodge, Atlanta Metro, the Nazareth Music Center, R&J Carpet Connection, and Yakos. A big thanks to all of our sponsors all season long, right here on 2 Sports. Easton leading by a touchdown. Emmaus only getting 44 yards in the first half from Jamie Germani, who came in to this afternoon's game with more than 1,500 yards this season. And in the break, Jim, you and I were saying that maybe Easton comes out with one of their trick plays in this opening series, try to get some momentum on their side, because it really has not been in their favor, even though they lead.
Well, it's very possible they want to get something established here quickly, and the momentum has been pretty even though they've dominated some of the statistics. But the fact is that the score only being 7-0, I'm sure is not what Coach Shifford wanted to see happen here. Now's when you need senior leadership, and you know, Easton has that in the 26 seniors they have, 23 juniors, 13 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. On the other side of the ball, there's 17 seniors for Emmaus, 19 juniors, and 26 sophomores. And the experience of big games, I think, is what's going to come about here in the second half as well.
After the Eastern final last year, in which North Penn defeated Easton, a whole bunch of folks said, wait till next year. All these guys will be seniors. They were that close to getting to the state final, and they can smell it this year. They are itching to get to Hershey. On the kickoff, Drew Reinhardt, high short kick taken at the 23-yard line by Goldborn. He cuts to the outside. Now he's running backwards, changes his field, and after all that, out to the 31, where Easton will take over on their first possession of the half. The tackle made on special teams by Mark Kalo.
Goulburn tried to get something going there, but credit Emmaus and good kick coverage there. A couple people down there as well. Andrew Morrissey, number 35, in there to help out. Very good play by special teams on the Emmaus part.
Goulbourne averaging a bit over 5 yards a carry in the first half with 7 carries for 36 yards. 1st and 10, ball at the 32. Pizarro behind a block from Goulbourne. And about 7 yards on that carry out to the 39-yard line. We talked about this in the first half, Jim. The way that these two backs are interchangeable. They block for each other, which is pretty rare in offenses.
It is. Usually you have an offense that you have a feature back and a blocking back, but these two guys can change places very, very equally, and that makes for a great combination in your backfield.
Opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Easton with the lead and a 2nd and 3. Motion from the tight end to the near side. Goulbourne trying to run the sweep. Low to the ground, very close to the first down at the 42. Depending on the spot, he should have the first down, and he does. First down after the 4-yard gain by Goulbourne, and Easton moves the sticks.
Well, I'm sure Coach Schiffer challenged the offensive line again at halftime, too. That there was a little bit of a fear about, both teams about playing in the afternoon. So sometimes you need a little wake-up call in there at halftime. And I'm sure Coach Schiffer, as you can see in his first drive, has addressed that on the offensive line.
1st and 10, they split the backs. Pizarro up the middle off that fake pitch play that Easton likes to run. Out across the 45-yard line. Kozak makes a stop. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7.
That time they had Kevin Danko in motion to help out with some blocking there to try to free up Pizarro inside.
You've said Kyle Kozak's name a lot. Good size for the sophomore, 6'3", 192. That frame is only going to get bigger. Second and 7, it's Goulbourne. Sweep to the far side. Still on his feet into Emmaus territory down to the 47 of the Green Hornets. 7-yard gain, 1st and 10.
Well, Goulbourne that time in motion gets a good job by the left side of that offensive line, led by Jared Myers and the rest of those people over there. Josh Albany, all those people on that left side, along with Navone at the center position, are opening up some huge holes here now.
Easton breaks the huddle quickly. Emmaus sets up in their 4-3 defense. 1st and 10 play is a pitch. It's Goulbourne. Trying to cut outside, but there's nothing there. He's sent backwards by Mike Brusco after a 1-yard gain on forward progress to the 45-yard line. 2nd and 9.
Once again, you had number 85, Kyle Kozak, in there on the stop. Good job there stringing it out there, making Easton go far to the outside, giving that defense a chance to catch up, stopping the Red Rover attack, making it 2nd and 8.
Well, we talked about how the defensive end is so key defending the option, and a lot of times you should credit the defensive end even if he doesn't make a tackle on a play. And Easton's going to call timeout. Steve Schiffert from the sidelines did not like what he saw, so he calls timeout, the first of the half for the Red Rovers. They might have lined up in the wrong formation there. A 7-0 lead. Easton scoring on their first drive of the game. Since then, though, it has been a defensive struggle.
Well, as we talked about, there's Coach Baudelaire on there. They're really in this game so far, and that's the thing that, that he was hoping that they would be able to control the football a little bit and be able to not make a lot of mistakes, and they haven't made a lot of mistakes. They've done a pretty good job defensively against this really potent Red Rover attack. And as I can see once again, Coach Schiffert addressing his troops on the sidelines there, giving a little bit of a rousing talk there. He wants them to get focused and get in the game. That time, once again, had to call a timeout because someone was not lined up in the right position.
I had the opportunity to see Lansdale Catholic and Northern Lehigh last night, and talking to Lansdale Catholic's head coach, Jim Algio, before the game, he had a great point. When you get into the playoffs, everybody's good. 1 versus 4 doesn't matter at this point. 2nd and 8. They fake to Goulbourne, give to Pizarro down to the 39. A couple yards short of the first down after the 6-yard pickup. 3rd down and 2 for the Rovers.
Oh, good job by the Rovers there. You have everybody looking at Goulbourne because he's going in motion. You come back with that quick opener on the inside. As you can see, Goulbourne in motion, but that quick opener as Pizarro goes right up through.
3rd down and 2 for Easton.
So here's a big 3rd down for the Red Rovers. Comes with 8 minutes and 28 seconds to to go in the third quarter. Holly motions out to the far side. They pitch that way to Pizarro. Downhill runner, and they stopped him short. Needed 2, got about 1.5. And in on the stop, the linebacker Derek DeBillis, who had an interception at the end of the first half.
You see freshman Jared Holly comes off the field right now. And number 24, Dominic Price, is going to bring the play. And as you see that sweep to the left side, did not get enough blocking out there, especially not enough seal blocks to make that thing happen for a first down.
4th and inches. Ball at the 38. We'll let the crowd tell you what happens. Well, he's close. Looks like he has it, though. They might have to measure. We'll see.
You could call that a leg drive first down because he was hit and just was on his back, and his legs kept moving, and he gets the first down for him.
It was certainly not one when the crowd definitely knew he had the first down. Got it by about a half a yard. Put it at the 36, and Easton
You're going to
gets
see
the
him
first
go
down.
through there. You're going to see those legs moving and moving and moving. They're still moving to the fact where he releases, and by the time the play's over, gets that first down.
Play fake. Kuhn looking deep, throwing on the near side. Intercepted by Brusco. He is going to be out to the 45, still on his feet, and tackled at the 49. Second interception thrown by Kuhn. That one hit Brusco right in the 5.
Well, give credit to Emmaus. Good coverage in the secondary that time. Brusco out there, Johnny on the spot to get that ball. Did a nice job of running that football back as well for a quarterback.
Yeah, he's got to come back in and make this play. Here's a look at that interception.
You see the fake to Goulburn. You see Kuhn going back. And we talked about the decisions he was making. This time, once again, tried to force that ball outside. And good job by the Emmaus defense.
Jim, the one thing I noticed looking at that replay, he's looking right in that area the entire time he's rolling out. Telegraph that pass. 31st takeaway of the season for this Green Hornet defense. Wind at their backs on 1st and 10 from the 49. Brusco takes to the air, floats it out there, and it's dropped. Good hit by Jared Holly on Tyler Hirsch, canceling what would have been a 5-yard reception.
Well, that's the thing we talk about, how he can hurt you on every side of the foot. You know, he can be offensively a great player, but defensively he does just as well. First game of the season, he snagged the ball against Central Bucks West. You know, and it's been going like that ever since, as you saw a great hit outside there once again.
Pretty good way to make your debut as a freshman. 2nd down and 10.
And a good point is that Central Bucks, as we talked about, is still in contention in the playoffs this evening.
Yeah, they have a home game tonight against Neshaminy.
That was their only loss of the season to these Red Rovers.
And a game that if you ask the CB West folks, they were in it the whole time. Here's the jailbreak screen. They fake it. Instead, they go deep, looking for Hirsch, and it's overthrown. That time, Alex Hirsch, as they fake the screen to Tyler Hirsch, and it will be 3rd and long.
This is a play that Emmaus coaches are going to look at the films and wish they had this back. He's under a lot of pressure back there, Brusco, but you're going to see the fact that this was just overthrown by about a step, and they had one-on-one coverage out there. Greg Gentile for Easton out there on the coverage, as you see Brusco go down, but that was just one step away from being a big completion for Emmaus.
That was Dominique Price coming off the corner blitz with a backside pressure on Brusco. Red Rovers showing blitz. Now they back off on 3rd and 10. Brusco flushed out of the pocket, throws it deep, floating it out for Hirsch, but it's going to go out of bounds. Step-for-step coverage there from Holly. And it's 4th and 10.
Well, once again, they're picking on that same side. Greg Gentile on that side is really getting a lot of work over there, number 10. And that's the thing, that they found a flaw there, and they're trying to exploit that.
So Holly goes back to receive this punt as Brusco will boot it away. Wind at his back here, 6:45 to go in the 3rd quarter, 7-0 Easton. Good snap, and Brusco's punt is away, turns over this wobbling spiral. Holly gets away from it. It takes a sideways bounce at the 14, and that's where it will be spotted as Easton takes over on their own 14 after the 36-yard punt. This game has been played between the 20s. for almost all of it. Easton has had 2 drives. Their last 2 drives stopped by turnovers.
That was the 3rd interception of the year for Briscoe, so, you know, he's done a good job for them back there in that defensive secondary, as well as being the quarterback all year.
Handoff to Goldborn on first down, and he stood up and knocked backwards by Greg Rutkowski. He'll lose about a yard there.
I'll tell you, Kozak, Rutkowski, they've all done a great job of containing those ends, and you said it before, and that's the way it needs to be. When you start getting these people from Easton, they can go wide, and you get containment, you're getting some good defensive effort out of your people.
Briscoe, as Jim said, has picked off 3 passes this year. He's thrown 3 as the quarterback, so they cancel each other out. 2nd down and 11 from the 14 of Easton. Motion to the far side of the field from Price. And it's Goldborn up the middle, and he is sent upside down at the 25, very close to the first down.
A little change up there. They've usually been sending Pizarro on that trap. This time they send Goldborn as he gets a little bit more of a burst of speed up there and makes a great gain up there. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Well, the thing with that pitch fake, that really freezes that middle linebacker, and that's the key on defense to stopping that trap play. 3rd down and a yard. Kuhn under center. It's going to be Goldborn, and he's got the first down +5 after the 31-yard line. 3rd down conversion there for the Rovers, and they keep the ball moving down the field.
Once again, good job by everybody on the right side of that offensive line. Goldborn gets a couple of those yards on his own there at the end.
Andrew Morrissey finally brought him down after that 5-yard gain.
Coach Schiffer has found something he likes here and now sticking with it.
2 receivers to the right side. Now Holly goes in motion to the left on 1st and 10. Pitch fake, Goldborn, trap play up the middle. Keeps moving those legs and gets 9 yards before he's dragged down. That is some powerful running before he's brought up by Kyle Kozak.
Well, we've talked about it before, and he's very, very heavily recruited by Division I and Division 1A schools, and you're going to see that he gives you that ability to have a lot of speed outside. But look at that, when he goes inside, it's power, and he got those real strong legs. And look at, talk about leg drive again. He keeps himself on his feet, gets the last 3 or 4 yards on his own.
Very impressive run. They're going to have to measure here as he's close to the first down marker. And he appears to be short by that much. 2nd down and a yard.
Still 7-0 Rovers here with 4:40 remaining in the 3rd period.
You know, we said at the start of the 3rd quarter, maybe we'll see a trick play or 2 from Easton. It's just been right up the gut for the most part here in the 2nd half.
Well, as I said, Kev, I think he really has addressed that offensive line and those backs and said, we need you to come out here right now and just establish this running game.
They set the chains and they split the backs behind Kuhn. Goldborn and Pizarro. Holly goes in motion to the far side. Goldborn, first down out to the 47-yard line. First down and 10 for Easton, another 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're just going up front, man on man, and they're just making some great technique blocks. You're going to see up front that people are just pushing people out of the way. See a great job there by number 54 on the inside there, John Navone, the center. I mean, they're just blocking people the way they need to block them, and Goldborn's getting the rest on his own.
That Emmaus defense has to be getting tired out there. 1st and 10, ball at the 47-yard line. This time Pizarro. And he plows over a man into Emmaus territory all the way down to the 44 of the Green Hornets. 2nd down and less than a yard. Here's a look.
So once again, they go back. Now they're going to switch it up and go back to Pizarro. He gets some good blocking as well inside. And here you're going to see him put his head down and just knock Briscoe into the next couple of yards. Little help there as well from Tyler Hirsch.
2 tight ends for Easton in the short yardage situation. Goldborn bounces outside. has the first down and has the 40-yard line before he's brought down by Morrissey. First down and 10 for the Rovers.
Well, we talked a lot about senior leadership. A lot of those people on that offensive line are seniors. Jared Myers, Albany, and Kresge, Navone. Albany's a junior, but a lot of these guys are really stepping up here.
There's your first downs, and that is a very telling stat. Easton's ground game has dominated this game, and they have 12 first downs to Emmaus's 4. And 11 of those 12 have been on the ground. Easton taking a while to break the huddle. Now they'll run the clock. There was an equipment timeout briefly for the Rovers. First and 10 from the Emmaus 40-yard line with 3:10 and counting to go in the third quarter. Goldborn stood up and dropped by Kozak. No gain, second and 10. Kozak has just had a marvelous game.
He's just really done an excellent job here. As you're going to see, once again, great penetration. Has not been blocked very well today. Comes from the outside and really stands up these Easton runners. He has not slipped a lot of tackles today. He has really hung on and done a good job of putting people down.
Second and 10 from the 40. Motion from Goldborn. Pizarro spins down to the 38. A one-on-one tackle is made after a 2-yard gain. Morrissey brings him down. And he also got some help from Tom Davis, the defensive lineman.
You're going to see here number 60 in your screen. You see him coming around, makes a step to the right, but then comes back and recovers. Good job by Tom Davis of recovering on that play.
Opening round of the District 11 Quad A playoffs, Easton and Emmaus, two teams that did not meet in the regular season in the Lehigh Valley Conference, but find themselves against each other here in the playoffs. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the right on 3rd and 9. Deep drop for Kuhn, under pressure, rolls to his right. He's going to tuck it, and he steps out of bounds, short of the first down, just inside the 45.
Good job by Andrew Morrissey knocking him out of bounds there, number 35. That time they showed a trips formation to the right. They were trying to get that ball downfield, but the pressure that came up top, which once again, you're going to see number 85 up top there, Kyle Kozak, giving the pressure, leading him to knock Kuhn, to force him to the out of bounds, knock him out of the pocket, force him out of bounds.
And once he got flushed out of the pocket, he had no intentions of throwing that ball downfield and risking another interception.
He remembered the one bad decision he made today, and he wasn't about to make a second. 4th
down and 4. The Rovers will go for it. Pizarro motions out of the backfield. A long count. Kuhn inside counter play. Goes to Holly, and nothing for Holly. The Hornets stop him. 1st and 10 Emmaus after the 2-yard loss.
Great job by Andrew Morrissey coming in there, not being afraid to bust into that backfield. They went with a reverse to Holly, and they wanted to show something that they hadn't shown all game. Here it comes, and you see Kozak once again stripping. Kozak, second man on top of that pile. And I'll tell you what, if you told Coach Joe Bottiglieri that with 1:34 left to go in the 3rd period, he would only be losing 7-0, he'd be a happy camper.
Well, 94 seconds left in this quarter with the wind for Emmaus. After that, they're into this stiff breeze, so maybe, just maybe, they try to send a long ball down the field here. Backs line up in the I formation. Mike Brusco has had a great game defensively, now trying to get it done on offense. Jamie Germani into the secondary, and he picks up 11 yards and a first down to the 47 of Emmaus.
Well, Kev, we talked about momentum, and right now, Emmaus has gained momentum back, and now they're going to go back to their bread and butter back in Germani, and this is going to be the case now to see if he can really rally them and get them down the field, because they are momentum-wise, they have the Rovers thinking here, and the Rovers are pressing. It's only 7-0, and it's getting later and later in the game, and they're starting to press a little bit.
Bray and Tyler Hirsch to the right, tight end to the left on 1st and 10. Germani off left tackle, And he's tripped up from behind after he picks up another first down and 11 more yards. It was Dominique Price who got him by the shoelaces at the 41-yard line.
Well, now this offensive line, as we talked about, opening up holes. You're going to see Germani goes through real quick. Those guys had a great job of sealing off that left side of the offensive line, led by Brian Rice. Those guys are doing an excellent job of sealing people off, using all their weight. Rice going in at 270. Now are doing a good job of using their size to their advantage.
Now 40 seconds remain in the third quarter. Germani gets the call again, reads his block, cuts back to the 30. All the way down to the 19-yard line, another big run, this time 22 yards.
Well, what he did was he had John Kowalski out in front of him at 5'9", 230, and he gave John a little push and helped him get that block out there, and Germani just is following his blockers and doing what he does best.
So all of a sudden, Jamie Germani has found his way here in the third quarter. His last 3 carries, he has picked up 44 yards. Final play of the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 20. Germani again moves the pile to the 14, and a 5-yard pickup will bring us to the end of the third quarter. 7-0 Easton with 12 minutes to play in this ball game in the opening round of the district playoffs, but Emmaus knocking on the door as we go to break.
Lehigh Valley Honda is celebrating 20 years of serving the Lehigh Valley with simply the best in sales and service. Choose from over 60 Accords. For example, drive home a 2004 Accord LX sedan nicely equipped for just $18,995. Choose from over 80 Civics with huge savings. For example, drive home a 2004 Civic LX sedan nicely equipped for just $15,295. Come visit Lehigh Valley Honda on the Lehigh Street Auto Mall and see why we're simply the best.
Back at Cottingham Stadium for the start of the fourth quarter. Easton with a touchdown in the first quarter. We have not had anybody find the end zone since, but the ball is at the 14-yard line, thanks in large part to that man, Jamie Germani. The crowd wants some defense. They're going to need it here as the Green Hornets try to punch it in and tie this game up. Kyle Berger and Jim Wills with you here on 2 Sports coverage of the district playoffs. Germani, a trap play, maybe a 1-yard gain. He'll make it 3rd down and 4.
Well, this is where it's going to get awful tough for Emmaus inside here, because this is where the Rovers have tightened up all season long, not giving up a lot of points. Matter of fact, they've outscored their opponents here 112-35 in the 5 games they played at home. So getting points is very, very tough, especially in the red zone.
3rd down and 4. If Emmaus doesn't get it, you can almost guarantee they'll go for it on 4th down. Backs in the I formation. Germani again reads a couple blocks, moves down to the 10-yard line, and is very close to the 1st down. A whole bunch of Rovers bring him down, including Ryan Hartzell. Let's see where they spot this football. They spot it right on the 10 as we take a look at the replay.
You're going to see once again Germani was going to go off left side, changed his mind, saw the hole was to the right, carries 3 Rovers with him, trying to get an assist from number 70, Brian Rice, there as he gets close to the 9-yard line.
1st down and goal from the 9. Backs in the I, 2 receivers to the left, the brothers Hirsch, Tyler and Alex. That's Tyler in motion. Handoff. Again, Germani down to the 6. A 3-yard gain, 2nd and goal.
Nothing fancy, Kevin. This is just blocking on blocking here. And the Emmaus size advantage is starting to take a little bit of a toll here in the second half on the Rovers as they're starting. You can see that big surge up front. Look at those guys taking people out. Rotowski doing a great job from his linebacker, Morrissey doing a great job from his spot in the backfield. And I'll tell you, they're getting some great blocking up front by that offensive line.
Easton's Bernard Kuhn is going to have to come off the field. He has some equipment or possibly some blood on him, so they're going to have to take care of him, and a
Yeah, that's what it
replacement
is,
comes
blood.
in. Yeah, Greg Gentile will come in for Easton. Jamie Germani, now over 100 yards after that 3-yard pickup, 19 carries for 102.
Nothing fancy, just old-fashioned run-ahead football.
2nd and goal from the 6 as the Green Hornets look for the equalizer. 2 tight ends, backs in the eye. Motion from Hirsch. Fullback gets the call this time, and stopped on his first carry of the game is Greg Rakowski, and he's actually sent for a 1-yard loss back to the 7.
Well, tried to change it up there a little bit, giving Rakowski the football back there, but the Rovers were very, very good defensively on that play. Great defense called by Doug Powell on that play.
Rakowski has done a great job blocking afternoon long, but his first carry not memorable. 3rd down and goal. They'll spread the field out. A receiver to either side. Gray to the near side, Hirsch to the far side. 2 tight ends. The single setback is Germani. 3-step drop, looking for the slant fumble. And Easton has the football. What a play by the Red Rovers defense. A goal line stand, and they control the ball.
Bernard Kuhn coming up with the football there, number 14, on a huge, huge play for the Easton defense.
And remember, he was out the play before. He comes back in and makes the play
Briscoe
here.
comes back. He wants to pass. He wanted to get the tight end over the middle, but they had it covered very, very well, and Easton was all over him as everybody was in there, including number 82, Kevin Danko.
Yeah, it was Danko that forced that fumble, and Kuhn, the quarterback, under center now, picked up the recovery. 1st and 10 from their own 13. It's Goulbourne. Waits for some holes to open up. Not many do. And just a 2-yard gain to the 15, 2nd and 8.
You're going to see a good shot here from the end zone. A great job with our camera people, but as they've been doing all day, you see Goulbourne trying to bounce himself to the outside to get some leeway. But I'll tell you what, this Emmaus defense, credit Joe Bottiglieri and his defensive staff. They have done an outstanding job here so far today.
Cesar Natali made the tackle there. 2nd down and 8 from the 15. Counter to Pizarro. Just a bit short of the 20-yard line as he picks up about 4, and it will be 3rd and 4 for the Rovers.
This is an awfully big 3rd down play right here, Kev, because of the fact that momentum is just, they grabbed the back the momentum a little bit with that fumble recovery here. Now they want them to establish themselves here and run some clock.
Single setback, Pizarro. Receivers to either side of the formation. Pitch to Pizarro, and he's swallowed up and dropped. Morrissey hits him short of the 1st down by a couple of yards, and Easton will be forced to punt. So Emmaus's defense holds after that turnover.
Once again, number 35, Andrew Morrissey, as he's done all year long, the 5'9", 210-pound senior, has done an outstanding job here this afternoon. And credit, again, that Emmaus defense.
We have a timeout on the field here.
Another equipment problem. We've had a few of those today. That's Morrissey on that hit, a little bit of a shake of the helmet there. We got that straightened out.
All right, so back to punt. Jonathan Boyer, Tyler Hirsch standing in between the 45 and the 50 as we watch this punt from the end zone. Boyer takes the snap, and he gets it away. Wobbly kick taken by Hirsch at his own 49. He's hit immediately and dropped. Good coverage by Robert Quinn, the senior. And from the 49-yard line, Emmaus will take over. 7-0, Easton leading in the opening round of the District 11 Quad A playoffs. We have a flag down behind the play. And it's going to be a block in the back against Emmaus. So that'll drop him back to the 39.
Well, those are the things that Coach Bottiglieri talked about before the game. You know, they got to make sure that the penalties are kept to a minimum. The plays, especially in a decisive time of the game like right here, that those kind of penalties don't happen.
And 1st down.
So 10 yards assessed from the punt return. and it's at the 39. Into the wind, the Hornets trying to drive here. They had a golden opportunity stifled on their last possession when they fumbled it inside the 10-yard line. Back under center is Brusco. Flag down. Play action pass, throwing the dig route complete to Hirsch to the 49 of Easton, but I think only 6 on the line of scrimmage for Emmaus on that play. We'll get the signal from Denny Rarick.
Procedure, offense.
Well, I can't reiterate, I just said it a minute ago. These are the times that you don't want those mistakes to happen. Great play that time. They got a great completion out to Hirsch. Good positive yardage.
Well, Emmaus had 1 penalty for 5 yards in the first half. They've had 2 penalties in the last 2 plays.
It couldn't happen at a worse time for them.
Ball is now back at their 34-yard line. 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. 1st and 10, or 1st and 15 rather, for the Hornets. Germani. 3-yard gain, that's it. Todd Kresge, the linebacker, makes the stop. Close to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 11.
Hartzell and Quazzo on the tackle.
Now we're going to see it here on the replay, Kev. You got Hartzell coming in as well as Suazo doing a good job, number 88. We haven't called his name too much today on defense, but he does an excellent job from that left defensive end spot for the Rovers.
Emmaus has not thrown the ball too much with success in this game. They're going to throw now. Pressure coming. Now he's going to run it. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. A nice decision by Brusco. Coverage downfield, evades the oncoming pass rush, and he gets 12 yards and a 1st down right at the midfield stripe.
Well, that's going to be one of the biggest plays of the season there for Joe Baudelaire and his Emmaus Green Hornets, because they had the blitz on. He almost got hit in the backfield, escapes the blitz, comes up the sidelines, gets a great block from number 78 there, Hensinger, and goes up and makes the 1st down as number 7 helps along there. That is Alex Hirsch, the brother of Tyler Hirsch, helping out with the block.
Ball right at midfield. 1st down and 10. Under 6 minutes to go in the game. Shifting into an I formation. Germani got tripped up right as he went through the line of scrimmage by Ryan Hartzell, but he flies through for about a 4-yard gain to the 46-yard line. 2nd and 6 for Emmaus.
Well, the one thing that's going to have to happen here, if they want to continue to run this ball down the field, they're going to have to get these plays in here a little bit quicker, because time is starting to be a factor here with 5:12 and counting left here in the 4th quarter.
5 minutes and counting. 2nd and 7. Germani, the deep man, in the I formation. That's Hirsch in motion. Germani gets the call again, and he breaks free to the 40, down to the 38, where he'll have a 1st down and about 9 yards on that carry.
Once again, the right side, you're going to see number 78, big Derek Hunsinger at 267, opening up those holes, and Germani just takes advantage of it once again.
The one thing that was talked about Easton all season long, they're not the biggest team in the world, and Emmaus starting to flex some of that muscle up front. Chris Bray and Tyler Hirsch, the receivers to the left of the formation, as Emmaus trying to drive for the tying touchdown here. Goes back to Germani. Straight up the gut for a 3-yard gain to the 35-yard line. Coming off the bottom of the pile for the Red Rovers was the D-back Bernard Kuhn.
You're going to see here again, Germani just following his blockers, does a nice job of veering off to the right, gets himself a yard or 2 extra.
And they might have missed a face mask call at the end of that play, but nonetheless, a 2nd and 7 for Emmaus. Just 1 penalty in the game against Easton. From the 35-yard line, Germani Nothing there. Just a 1-yard gain to the 34. And coming through the line to make the tackle, here's John Suozo.
You're going to see again a good job by number 55 as well. Todd Kretzky doing a good job of getting penetration there on that play. That time, Germani had no chance of getting some yardage.
A couple critical plays coming up for Emmaus. A 3rd and 6 here from the 34. And it's 4-down territory the rest of the way. Calling out the signals, Brusco. Play fake, has time, throws down the field, caught by Hirsch at the 20, spins 3, and he's gonna score! Tyler Hirsch is in for the touchdown, 34 yards, and Emmaus can tie it with the extra point.
Once again, credit the offensive line for giving him the time to throw that football. Briscoe, once he got the time, saw Hirsch open. Hirsch did a nice little square out pattern. He was sitting there waiting for that ball. Made a nice move after the catch, and you're going to see it right now that it's 7-6 and the extra point coming up.
A critical extra point on to kick it. Drew Reinhardt. It will come from the hold of Mike Brusco.
All important snap and hold here.
Good snap, good spot. Kick on its way, and it is good just inside the left upright. That was good by inches. And exhale for the Emmaus crowd as Tyler Hirsch gets the reception from the quarterback, Mike Brusco, and we are tied with 2:46 to go.
Well, that's Hirsch's 3rd TD of the season. And I'll tell you what, that extra point brought to you by Allentown Mazda Volvo, Brown Daub Volvo as well. And I'll tell you what, here we got a barn burner. With 2:46 left to go, it's 7-7, and that man right there made it happen. Tyler Hirsch from his wide receiver position. You see Brusco go back, but look at the blocking here, Kevin. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of time, he still had a couple more seconds to throw that ball. He beat his man out there, number 24, Dominic Price. Price falls down. Hirsch goes into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, foot race one there as Jared Holly. A desperation attempt to make that tackle, but Hirsch was not going to be denied. Here's a look at the drive recap. 7 plays for 61 yards, and it took up 4 minutes and 28 seconds. No question after that 34-yard touchdown pass by Tyler Hirsch that was probably going to be Emmaus' last drive of the game.
Well, as I said before, Brusco made that run, Kevin, and that might have been the biggest run in Emmaus school history right there, because they got him that first down when they definitely needed it on that drive.
The Green Hornets in their first appearance in the postseason ever, and they set up with almost everybody to the left of the kicker, Drew Reinhardt, and Easton has nobody on the near side of the field. And timeout is called by Steve Schiffert on the sideline. And let's look at our sponsors and thank them for their help in our coverage of 2 sports throughout the entire season. ABE Doors and Windows, the Allentown Business School, Apgar Oil, Kleckner & Sons Appliances, Kraus Dodge, Atlanta Metro, Nazareth Music Center, R&J Carpet Connection, and Yakko's. A big thanks to all our sponsors all season long here on 2 Sports. Now, Easton only has 1 timeout remaining with 2:46 to go in this game, so Steve Schiffert having to make some adjustments, so he called timeout.
But wisely called that timeout because, as you said, Kevin, the formation on the field, they turn around and have somebody else kick that ball instead of the kicker and kick it to this right-hand side. That's a free ball with nobody over there.
We are tied at 7. A very defensive game bookended by a couple touchdowns. A 2-yard run in the first quarter by Bernard Kuhn, and that 37-yard reception from Tyler Hirsch. Easton will get the ball back and have a chance with the wind at their back to possibly win this on a field goal if they can get the ball down the field. So Emmaus out to kick again. The ball falls off the tee, so they will whistle it dead.
Welcome to the playoffs, where anything and everything can happen.
And even the kickoffs take on the utmost importance. Kick is away. The driving line drive goes over the head of the returner, and is it going to roll out of bounds? Yes, boy, what a break for the Red Rovers. Robert Quinn was back there, and he watched it go over the sideline.
The 35-yard line. You want to take them back 5 yards and
35-yard line.
35-yard line. Let's go, Dogs! For the Red Rovers.
So the Red Rovers, who have been running the ball very well the entire game, with 91 yards from Pizarro and 89 from Goulbourne, might need to take to the air here, although plenty of time left with 2:46 on the clock. Bernard Kuhn has thrown 2 interceptions this afternoon. 1st and 10. Pizarro out to the 41, 6-yard gain. Stop made on defense by Martiganetti, and it's 2nd and 4.
You're going to see Martiganetti do a good job here of holding on, because if he doesn't, then that could have sprung for a much bigger gain, as Pizarro was trying to get himself loose there.
2nd down and 4. The clock runs in the top left corner of your screen. And you see our tie score 7-all. Rolling to the left, Kuhn looks out in the flat, pumps, and he's going to be hit. Still on his feet. Flag comes down, and he is dropped for a loss. In on the stop, Kyle Kozik. It was Josh Klein with the initial pressure, and it's going to be a face mask against Emmaus. Initial indication was just a 5-yarder.
They tried to send some people deep. Kuhn back there an awful long time. Number 70 got in there, Brian Rice.
And we got a personal foul face mask.
2 face masks, a 5-yarder and a 15-yarder. So the 5-yarder will be declined, and the 15-yarder will give the Red Rovers an automatic first down. The referee threw the first flag, and then the line judge threw one a few moments later, but they were for 2 separate incidents.
There's something that you're not going to see a lot of times. Matter of fact, I don't know if I can ever remember seeing that.
Let's check it out.
All right, you're going to see the fake by Kuhn, and there's the 1 face mask right there, very obvious.
That was probably the 5-yarder.
And then you're going to see number 55 coming over here.
Wow. I didn't see that one. Who knows? After the penalty, 1st and 10 from the Easton 49-yard line.
I'm not so sure they called double that might have been a personal foul call there, maybe. I don't know.
And the runner, Pizarro, just got leveled by Morrissey. Absolutely leveled after a 1-yard gain.
Times running, 1:32 and counting.
Easton with just 1 timeout remaining. Emmaus a little late lining up on defense. 3-step drop, quick slant. Goulbourne makes the catch, and he will have the first down at the 40-yard line, a pickup on the play of 10 yards.
This is what Easton can do to you now. They can spread you out, make you really effective with the spread formation, because they got a lot of people and a lot of weapons out there. Goulbourne being one of them, as the quick drop by Bernard Kuhn, whose confidence has been shaken with the 2 interceptions this afternoon. Coach Shifford puts him in a comfort zone, that little dink pass outside there to Goulbourne.
Yeah, he threw a nice ball there. Keep an eye at the top of your screen to Jared Holly. Goulbourne will join him there. Pitch goes to Pizarro, cuts up, and he's into the secondary, breaking away down to the 5 and down to the 2-yard line. Zach Pizarro, 38 yards, over 100 for the day, and it's 1st and goal Easton with 52 seconds left.
Well, what happened here is contain broke down for one of the first times today. We've been telling how those defensive ends have done a good job, but they got caught on the inside that time. Pizarro recognizes it, and he takes himself down to the sidelines and does a great job of getting down to the 1-yard line.
Emmaus is going to have to call their timeouts here. They take their first. Stopping the clock with 48 seconds left, and a well-deserved break temporarily here for Zach Pizarro.
He's a little out of wind there.
Yeah.
Well, we've talked all afternoon how those defensive ends have done a great job, and those linebackers. That time they got caught a little bit coming to the inside. He recognized it, made that slashing cut up through the inside. big gain out of it for the Rovers.
Well, it looked for a minute like we might be headed to overtime. Now, Easton will have 4 shots from the 2-yard line with 48 seconds left to try to punch it in or possibly kick a field goal. You figure Easton will save their last time out to set up a field goal if they need it. Goulbourne in the eye behind Pizarro. Kuhn under center. Goulbourne. Touchdown Rovers. 2-yard run. They're in the lead with 44 seconds to go.
Well, once again, great job by that right side of the offensive line. Opened up a huge hole. There's no chance that Goulbourne could not get that touchdown. That hole was wide open.
If you're Emmaus, the silver lining is that you do have 44 seconds and 2 timeouts remaining. Extra point for Jonathan Boyer. And the kick is good. 14-7 on the run from Goulbourne, who finds the end zone for the first time this afternoon. That extra point brought to you by Allentown Mazda Volvo and Brown Dobb Volvo, as the kick from Jonathan Boyer makes it a 7-point lead for the Rovers, but it's Ovid Goulbourne who got the 6.
Well, both of those big runs on that come across from that right side with Todd Kresge, the right guard, and you also have, you know, the center there as well, John Navone. Those are the people that made that happen. 5 plays, 67 yards, most of it a big run by Pizarro. In 2 minutes and 2 seconds, Goulbourne puts the finishing touches on with the 2-yard TD run.
So now Emmaus in desperation mode. Here's that touchdown off tackle right.
Look at the job there by Danko. He pushed his man 5 yards out of the way. You see number 56 there celebrating as well. That's Josh O'Baney. But the thing of it is, they made a huge hole that Goulbourne could have ran all day through.
As soon as he got that handoff, you could tell he was going in. Deep to receive, Tyler Hirsch, who has scored the touchdown today for Emmaus. He's joined back there by Mark Kalo, and Jonathan Boyer will put his right foot into this one. Squib kick. Takes a bounce, and it's Hirsch from the 19. To the left side. Strung out, gets the corner, and out of bounds at the 30. So Emmaus will need to take it 70 yards in 36 seconds into the win.
Easton, no doubt, will go in now with a prevent defense. I see number 10, Greg Gentile, being talked to by coaches from the sidelines. Coach Reggie Wilson, defensive back coach, along with Doug Powell, defensive coordinator, putting in a lot of people in that backfield, getting ready for Emmaus to pass the football. 3 receivers to the right.
Lone man in the backfield is Greg Rutkowski. Briscoe, deep drop. Has time, now he's under pressure. Flushed out, all the way back to his own 10. Throws up a prayer, and it's incomplete. Should be intentional grounding. They're not going to throw the flag, though. The officials will conference, but no flag thrown. Clock stopped with 25 seconds as we watch Briscoe running for his life.
Well, he had some good blocking there, but he knew it was going to start to break down. He turns to his left, number 60 over there, Michael Anderson chasing him, and then he's in real trouble. So he finally gets it away and throws it out of bounds on the left-hand side.
Remember, in high school football, there is no outside the tackle rule. You have to throw it in the general direction of a receiver. 2nd down and 10 from the 30. Play clock running down low. They get it off. Quarterback draw, Briscoe. Oh, he got tripped up, and Emmaus is going to have to call a timeout as he is stopped at the 36-yard line. A good open field tackle made by Michael Anderson of Easton.
We're going to see the hole opened up in the middle. He had a nice run going there, but you see Pizarro, number 33 as well, getting in there and just gets him by the shoe tops, or else it might have been a bigger gain for the Green Hornets.
19 seconds remaining. And Emmaus calling their 2nd timeout. They will have 1 left. The wind has, I don't want to say died down, but it is not blowing as hard as it was earlier in this game. Just looking forward to if Emmaus has to throw up a Hail Mary at the end of this game. Winner of this game will play the winner of Liberty and Wyoming Valley West, and they're playing tonight, right, Jim?
They're playing tonight up at Wyoming Valley West.
I know a lot of folks around here would love to see a rematch between Easton and Liberty, but let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet.
Looking on the Emmaus sideline, as you see the Rover Nation in full force once again, might be looking for something, maybe with a pass and a lateral involved in it to try to get themselves upfield. Only 19 seconds to go. They need a big gain here.
Yeah, picking up the first down is all well and good, but you need to get that ball 63 yards in 19 seconds. Rovers blanketing the field with nickel coverage. Deep drop, deep post, and it is tipped and incomplete, almost intercepted. Pass intended for Tyler Hirsch. A couple players got their hands on it. Bernard Kuhn almost got the pick.
Well, you got Goulburn out there. You got Bernard Kuhn out there. Nice job of getting back there in the pocket. Nice pass. Tried to get it between three defenders. You're going to see all three of them out here. Kyle Hirsch does a really great job of trying to get his hands on the ball, but there's just too many defenders out there for the Red Rovers.
That was great coverage by Jared Holly, the freshman. 12 seconds remaining. Emmaus needs 4 for the first down, 63 to tie it up. Quarterback draw. They just try to pick up the first down. Does he get it? Yes. They're going to have to call timeout quickly, and they will. 5 seconds remaining in the ball game. And we'll have a first down from the Emmaus 44. And this almost was a disaster for Emmaus. Final timeout taken by Emmaus. Here it is, the quarterback draw, and Brusco almost didn't get back to the line of scrimmage.
You're going to see here that he's just going to go back and he's going to slip a little bit as he's going to make his cut. There it is. He slips, but he regains his footing and gets himself the first down.
And a good second effort there just before he was brought down. So, one last play in this ball game. And when you're make it 57 yards out, we're probably looking at a Cal Stanford play here. A lot of laterals. And that is probably what both coaches are instructing their players on. For Joe Baudelaire.
The defensive huddle there with Reggie Wilson right there, the defensive back coach, as well as Doug Powell, the defensive coordinator, getting their game plan ready for this last play, a last gasp of Emmaus' season.
Easton will put 3 linemen down, a couple more out in the slots, and 5 men deep for the Rovers. Shotgun formation. Brusco rolls right, and his pass is knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Ball game over. Red Rovers win 14-7. They move on in the district playoffs.
And an end to an absolutely great season for the Emmaus Green Hornets and Coach Baudelaire. A Cinderella year for them. Their first entrance into the playoffs, and they gave Easton all they could handle here this afternoon. Hats off to the Red Rovers once again defending. They'll be going into next week's contest defending their district championship against an opponent who will be determined later on tonight, Wyoming Valley West or Liberty High School.
Ovid Goulburn gets the game-winning touchdown. We'll come back and put the wraps on this one. Easton wins 14-7.
Think about the conditions people have to drive in, how they're not always perfect. Then you build the 2005 Volvos with electronically controlled all-wheel drive. for confidence on any road.
There is always something somewhere that will grab a kid's interest. You just need to find it. We're going to give you opportunities and unconditional love. There's not a better teacher than the outdoors. Our philosophy works.
Face it, you're addicted to sport. That's why we're on the scene. Hang with me and the 2 Crew weekdays at 6 and 9:30 exclusively on Service Electric Cable and join the sports scene. It's your wild ride through the sports scene in and around the Lehigh Valley. Exciting game highlights, in-depth profiles of coaches, athletes, and personalities making sports news. It's your total sports fix. Lehigh Valley sports scene weekdays on Service Electric 2 Sports, your leader in local sports coverage.
In 1948, by running a simple TV cable, Service Electric launched an entire industry. In the 56 years since, we've reached many milestones.